of. The entertainment industry is so critical to the state of Louisiana, and in fact, more acutely Jefferson Parish, and we understand how much revenue is generated by the film industry, and this is just another unique asset related to that industry and just preserving that industry and preserving it for many generations to come. JEDCO's team certainly played a role. We're proud to have helped in the assistance and helping find the site and helping to introduce movie picture archives to many of the folks in the area. But we're excited. We're excited to see you locate here, invest here, and grow here. So we're looking forward to being a part of that in the future. With that, I know we have a couple of guests of honor here today, and they're going to say a few words. So first, I would like to welcome Ed Poole, who is the Chief Archivist and Researcher for Movie Poster Archives. Ed.
Thank you. This has been a life dream of ours. My wife and I started 46 years ago by accident collecting, which led to, of course, buying collections, becoming a dealer, going through the whole process of retail, all the way up to research. In 2000, we basically turned to full-time research because no one had ever done it. Then we grew as far as we could, and until 6 years ago when we met Linda Thurman, who actually showed us how to turn it into a nonprofit, that everything really started to take shape and expand. So with that, we've written 24 reference books on this topic. This is the only kind in the world as it stands. There's been tons of film research places and film preservation. This is the only nonprofit dedicated to film accessories, which we believe are extremely important, especially when there are no more of a certain film left. And later, for those that stay around, we'll be showing you some of the things back there. But especially thanks to Linda for the nonprofit, and we're hoping this is just a touch that will continue to expand out. Thank you.
And thank you, and congratulations on seeing that lifelong passion come to fruition. Next, I want to introduce Linda Thurman, who serves as Executive Director of Movie Poster Archives. Linda.
Thank you. Can you hear me on the mic?
Give me 1 second.
All right. Yes.
Just to, you know.
Okay. All right. I'm Linda Thurman, and I have spent over 50 years of my life in the entertainment industry. I've done almost everything that can be done, from working on set to the chairman's office of United Artists. And this is the most fun I've ever had. It's like the dessert on my career. When I met Ed and Sue, they kind of got to know me slowly because they needed to be able to trust me, and we're still working on that. But they were really thrilled when I was able to set up a nonprofit. It was like my 5th or 6th nonprofit, so that wasn't really a challenge. The challenge has been what to do with 1.5 million items, and how to share those with people. Every day someone asks, well, where can we see the posters? Well, here is where you can see the posters. And we welcome anyone to come in and look. We put anything that is extra in our collection is available for sale because that supports the preservation. And we're also going to be doing trainings. We'll have a screening every Thursday night of a classic film or a fun project or something that we all want to see that won't make it into a major theater. We have our own screening room, which is badly needed in the New Orleans area. So thank you for being here. Thank you for welcoming us like you have. And please come back and enjoy the place.
Thank you, Linda. I mentioned our appreciation for your investment in Jefferson Parish. We believe we're extremely business friendly, and a big piece of that is our elected officials who are very supportive of business. And that starts with our parish president, Cynthia Sheng. Cynthia.
Thank you, Jerry. you know, Jefferson Parish has had so many incredible things happen this year, but I am so excited just to be in this space. It is so unique. I've been looking forward to coming here. We're very involved in the film industry in Jefferson Parish. You know, we've had 29 films shoot this year, which is very critical to our economy, bringing jobs and housing for out-of-town people, supplies, equipment, and this is another piece of that rich history for us in Jefferson Parish. I'm happy to be here personally because I think we all have a special place in our heart for movies, and it's very personal to us. And so when you come here, there's a part of it that just feels like home. It's your past memories. I went to Loyola and they did the Film Institute at Loyola. So now the new generation can stream anything and they can just buy it. But in the old days, you couldn't always get international films, and the Loyola had a film institute where they literally mail Loyola the reels, and 2 or 3 times a week, we could go into a classroom and watch incredible foreign films. And so that was where my love of movies started, but I think we all have our own personal ways that we became attached to movies. So, and then you mentioned the research you do, and I wanna thank you for, when I walked in here, you put a treasure in my hand, Linda, and they do their research well, because they gave me a picture of a film called Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine, right here. And this is my aunt who's in it. So I never got to see the movie before. I knew she had been in a couple of films, so incredible research that you do. But we want to encourage everybody to come here. This is, I'm told, the retail space that they're in. I know everybody's in a gift buying mode for the Christmas season. So if you have a movie lover in your life, this is the place that you need to be and come to. So we want to thank you. We know you could locate anywhere. We're so proud to have you here in Jefferson Parish. Thank you for being part of our family.
Thank you, Cynthia. Next, from the Lieutenant Governor's office, we have Michael Domingue.
You know, this is just a great opportunity for the Lieutenant Governor and to let everybody know what an asset we have in the Pools and Linda Thurman, and what they've brought to Louis, what they've spent their whole lives building. And you know, it's up to us, JEDCO, Jefferson Parish, the state of Louisiana, Lieutenant Governor's office. We need to help them. They need help now. They need in a lot of different areas. And again, they brought, almost by themselves, brought this to where we are today. And it's up to us. You know, this is truly, I'm an economic developer from a way back. This is truly a tremendous economic development program. But I will tell you, Ed and Susan and Doug, they don't know a whole lot about economic development, do you?
No.
So they need your expertise. Parish President, they need you. And I'm gonna, you know, I asked Ed today, what can a Lieutenant Governor do for you that he hasn't done, you know, yet? And I didn't get that answer yet, but I'm gonna be around to get it. And this is just, you know, no other state has this. No, and no other state will. And we're just cutting edge. You know, it's just, I'm at a loss for words and saying how important this is. And you know, we're doing the tourism office. I don't work in the tourism office. The tourism office is doing surveys right now to see who visits our state. And 61% of the people that come here because of a film or a TV show or things that connected them to Louisiana. That's an astounding number. So we, again, thank you for letting me be a part of Linda and Ed, and thank you for letting me be a part of your success. And God bless. Thank you.
Next up, we have the Director of the Louisiana State Museum, Susan Maclay.
Good morning. I also work for Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, so I will add also on his behalf and on behalf of the Louisiana State Museum that it's such a pleasure to be here today. I first met Linda's acquaintance through a mutual friend and got to know her, and I'm just thrilled to see this. This is just amazing, and you do have to come and visit to really comprehend it. But I was basically asked to address this from a little bit different angle, so I'm gonna be a little bit more scholarly about my approach, and I've timed it, so I won't go too long, Linda. Basically, the connection is that the Louisiana State Museum has about only 150 posters in our collection. They're all related to Louisiana and New Orleans, and while this number pales in comparison to what Linda and Ed and Susan have here, we do share the archive's belief that movie posters are historical documents worthy of study and preservation. For many early films, posters may be the only form of documentation that remain because the films themselves are lost. The text, graphics, and visual iconography provide important information about the past. They also show the evolution of technology, as illustrations were replaced by photography and then digital effects. We also have value movie posters for their artistic merit. A prime example among the posters in the museum's collection are two designed by Daniel Sayer Grossbeck, and I was disappointed, Ed, that he's not in your book, but next time. This gentleman was a highly accomplished painter, illustrator, and muralist, and he created the poster for the 1938 film, The Buccaneer, which, by the way, is on display at the Louisiana State Museum in the Battle of New Orleans exhibit in the Cabildo. So I recommend you all go see that. The artistic importance of these posters is communicated through the emotions they evoke to encourage potential moviegoers to come see the films. Many movie posters do indeed blur the distinction between commerce and art, and arguably, movie poster design and the ability to succinctly convey the tone, style, and even subject of a film in a single image is an art form in and of itself. And finally, movie posters help us learn more about the broader cultural context in which films were created and consumed. They can provide clues to how a film's marketing and reception differs from place to place. An example is foreign films. An American film, then it goes overseas, and it's the title, everything about it changes, and it's just fascinating, to compare all that. But in addition to studying individual movie posters, we also have to kind of analyze them as a collection and to see over the years and the decades what they're telling us about society and our times, and they document history in a sense by looking at them in global. So when you look at groups of posters, we can begin to identify and explore certain historical patterns or trends and public views on stereotypes, societal values, and societal values of a time and place. So in conclusion, for all these reasons and many more, movie posters are worthy not only of collecting for their intrinsic value, but also for serious scholarly study. And we commend the Movie Poster Archive, Linda, Ed, and Susan for doing just this. This is a great public service. Thank you so much.
I mentioned our business-friendly environment here in Jefferson, and that starts with the parish administration, but the other half of that equation is our parish council, who is always readily available, and they are represented by our council member at large, Scott Walker, who tells me he has starred in at least 2 films. And depending on the time of the year, might be internet sensation, but Scott.
Thank you. I have had the privilege of being in a few films around the New Orleans area that were shot here, which kind of gives you a unique perspective on things. I was in Olympus Has Fallen a few years ago, and the Russell Crowe film Unhinged. Very small parts, but if you look close enough, you can see me. I call it the best 6 seconds in cinematic history right now.
On your stills, we'll look at your stills.
You can really have access to those?
Maybe.
They're there.
We found that one.
Gotta look closely. Welcome you all to Jefferson Parish. Thank you for the passion for this project. It's really fascinating to see. I know we talk about all the business openings in Jefferson Parish and how different they all are, but this one I think is particularly unique, which makes it fun and exciting and a little bit different for us. It's a little bit outside the norm, which is cool. As a kid, I think we're living in a unique time right now. As a kid, most of the people in this room, I think, probably can remember before anything streamed, you had to wait for it to come out in the movie theater. You'd hear about it, you'd see the trailers on TV, and you'd go to the movie theater, and I was a big movie kid growing up, and then you wait for it to show up on VHS, and you could go rent it at the local video store. Before Blockbuster, it was the Major Video by my house on West Esplanade in Metairie. I remember going to Major Video at the end of the month when all the new releases would come, and my room at home on Academy Drive in Metairie was full of movie posters because, you know, you just put it was fun. You put all the movie posters up on the wall. Might not be as fun now if my kids wanted to do it, but my parents didn't have a problem with it. But I think it was a unique time where not everything was as readily available to you, and you had to wait, and it was delayed gratification. I really enjoyed that part of movie life. Certainly enjoy it now, but it was different back then. I think some of these statistics bear repeating. It's really great that this has 1.5 million posters here worth $10 million. More than $10 million. I mean, that's incredibly impressive. 30 countries, 20 different languages. It documents more than 100 films made in Jefferson Parish. Neither of mine, well, actually, Olympus Has Fallen was in Jefferson Parish. It was shot at the Motorsports Park.
Okay, fine.
The other one was. 4 full-time positions were created here, and I love to see economic development through our small business community, and this is the epitome of a small business in Jefferson Parish. We are built by small business. It's the backbone of what we do here. So anything we can do to help you all succeed and do what you need to do on a daily basis, the Jefferson Parish Council is here for you. As a councilman at large, I represent the entire parish, so this is part of what I represent, and very happy to have you here, and anything we can do to help you in your mission, happy to be part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
So in summation, welcome to the family. You have a community of elected officials and business leaders who look forward to supporting you. In a minute, we're gonna cut the ribbon. I think Ed's then gonna perhaps give some